Hello everyone, this is Dr. Alex Avila with Love University, and we're back. I'm an author, psychologist, and speaker. And every week we talk about how to love yourself, others, and a higher nature. How to improve your finances, career, health, relationships, and spirituality. And today we're continuing the mini-series we started last time, Your Reservoir of Invincibility. This is the part of your mind that holds positive thoughts and emotions, patience, peace, love, and confidence. It helps you overcome obstacles and prosper in life. And today we continue with the powerful practice known as Center Yourself in the Hara. Part 1. You have a great power which exists 2 inches below your navel. It is called the Hara, the center of your power and intuition. In Eastern tradition, in martial arts, the Hara is the physical point that lies 2 inches below your navel. It represents your life energy, your power, stability, balance, and intuition. You can also see the Hara as your gut instinct, the part of you that knows what is right. Do you trust your gut instinct when it comes to relationships, finances, or important life decisions? If you don't, then you're likely to make more mistakes and slow down your life progress. If you trust your gut, you're usually better able to make the right decisions and take the best actions. The Hara is your true center of excellence. It is your awakened point of power. When you're in the Hara, you have a sense of being grounded, solid, in flow, and at ease. You say to yourself, this feels like my true self. You have unhurried serenity, peace, and inner power, as opposed to being unhappy, uneasy, and strained. When you act with full awareness of your Hara, the most trivial act becomes dynamic. Even brushing your teeth or combing your hair becomes an enjoyable experience with awareness. You love expressing your creative talent or spending time with animals and children become acts of joy when you do them from your Hara, your inner core. At the same time, when you live from your Hara, you can be in the center of a psychological storm with angry and difficult people and be completely unaffected and at ease. The reason is that your nature is different from the storm. You're at a higher vantage point where the storm, the negativity of the outside world, can't affect you. You're removed from its damaging force because you reside in the Hara, a higher seat of power and intuition. Just like you're able to master fear when you become aware of it, the Hara can help you become aware of the many different parts of your personality, the conflicting sides of you. It's true that all of us have different sides. Sometimes we're kind, other times rude, sometimes confident, other times timid. The best approach is to integrate all of the aspects as a whole and integrate itself, which we call the Hara. When you tap into the powerful force of the psychological Hara, your inner stability and rock-solid mental power will override everything else in your life, known as resiliency in the West and Hara power in the East. This is an important concept you need to internalize if you want to withstand the pressures of life and attain the true success and happiness you desire. Now let's examine what happens when you're not in tune with your Hara, when you're unbalanced. This is the story of the I'm sorry woman. Once there was a woman who apologized to everyone. If she didn't buy something at a store, she said, I'm sorry, it's outside my budget. If a friend wanted too much time from her, she would say, I'm sorry, I wish I had more time. She even apologized for apologizing too much. She had grown up in a family where nothing she did was ever right. She was constantly criticized by her parents. You do everything wrong, you're always messing up. As a result, she got into the habit of saying, I'm sorry, for the things she did wrong, and also for everything else that she did. As an adult, her apologetic and fearful nature continued as she apologized to her friends and work colleagues, and even strangers. Then one day, a friend gave her powerful advice. Don't apologize to anyone, just be yourself and you'll be okay. As she thought about it further, she realized that her apologetic nature only served to weaken her and didn't help her relationships. Others saw her as someone to be taken advantage of, but slowly she began to overcome her need to apologize. Although in the beginning she was tempted to say, I'm sorry, she began to hold back her need to defend or explain herself. Eventually she became a new person. Free of the need to apologize, she realized she could be genuinely compassionate and caring, starting with herself. When you're self-divided and not in tune with your true nature, you have a forced and apologetic air about you. You laugh at jokes that aren't really funny to you. You express concern for things you don't really care about. Or you do the opposite. You take an argumentative stance and try to prove you're right and everyone else is wrong. because you don't feel valuable enough as you are. Whether you're a people pleaser or argumentative, the problem is that you may believe that others have more value than you. Consequently, you work overly hard to try to please them or to prove yourself right in their eyes, often at the cost of your own authenticity and peace of mind. Because you're presenting a false self to others, you're overly agreeable or overly combative, you're not being your true self, and it hurts. When you're self-divided or inauthentic, you're always tired. Although you may actually have a lot of natural physical energy, you also carry energy-robbing and unnecessary mental burdens, blame, guilt, self-pity, and sorrow. On the other hand, when you live with your Hara, your true self, you don't need to apologize to anyone for anything. You're living in love, which means you can't be hurt and you can't hurt anyone. You're living your most authentic life. Here's another important point. Self-unity is your success. To access the power of your Hara, your center, you need self-unity. This exists when your inner and outer life are the same. When you talk of peace and have peace. When you talk of love and have love. Many of us know people who appear to be unified, but really aren't. They have conflicting parts of themselves that diminish their credibility. Some people angrily tell you that they're compassionate. Others sneakily try to convince you that they're trustworthy. In either case, they're not unified. They're presenting a facade which hides the opposite trait. You might ask, how can a person perform a good act one minute, but then be unkind the next? The answer is that they have divided goodness. When wanting a reward, a person can perform a good act without having a good nature. They're self-divided. Their next act will be harmful. Only an undivided person, one who has singleness of mind, is truly good. Their actions will be natural and effortless. A flower easily gives out perfume because it is a flower. In the same way, a self-unified person is whole and complete. They're happy, self-sufficient, and content within themselves. For the unified person, there is no division, nothing hidden, nothing contradictory. When a self-unified person talks about being a good person, they show their goodness through example. They do so by helping others without asking for credit, by being patient when everything around them is a madhouse, by giving when there is nothing for them to gain. How do you become unified as a human being? By doing what is truly you, engaging with the people and activities that resonate with your authentic nature. If you want to start a business to change the world, that is your calling. If you want to raise children to be happy and healthy human beings, then that is your grand mission. If you simply want to be a kind, loving, and compassionate person without any unique or great career goals, then again, that is your nature and who you were meant to be. Always ask yourself, is this right for me? Do I feel good in my gut, my Hara, about this person, situation, or decision? If the answer is yes, then pursue it. If it is no, discard it. Many times we know what is right for us, but we choose to ignore our intuition anyway. We get into the wrong relationship or unhealthy lifestyle choice. We make bad investments or poor career decisions because we don't listen to our Hara. This doesn't mean that you must blindly go with every deep feeling you have about something. Of course, you can investigate, research, and look at the facts in an analytical and practical way. Yet once you have gathered all the data and you're still not sure about your decision, then relying on your intuition is often your best choice. Your Hara can lead you where you want to go. Here's an important point to remember. Because self-unity is so important to your happiness and well-being, it's good for you to have as much of it as you can. Work this week to make self-unity a priority, and you will reap the benefits. Finally, it's very important for you to maintain one-point Hara focus, otherwise known as concentrated power. Your one-point Hara focus refers to maintaining complete and utter concentration on your primary mission in life. It means being guided by your Hara, your gut or instinct, and maintaining a laser-like focus on what you want to accomplish. In this mindset, you refuse to be distracted by anything else that is not your purpose. You will only focus your eyes straight ahead to your aim, not looking to the left nor to the right. When you have one-point focus, you unleash tremendous power to achieve your desires. In this approach, your life is concentrated and free from distractions. Individuality is only successful when it is concentrated. When you focus on developing your unique talent or ability, also known as don, your God or higher nature-given gift, you will have more confidence and satisfaction because you're good at what you do. Now you won't waste as much time on things that could distract you from expressing your talent and helping others. These include mind-numbing news, excessive use of smartphones, tablets and video games, flashy but superficial activities and people, and trivial conversations and gossip. Although there's nothing wrong with partaking in entertainment and minor distractions in small doses, as a change of pace from other activities, your main focus will be different. You will concentrate on doing what you do best and what you enjoy the most, whether it's teaching, science, spirituality, crafts, the arts, sports, mechanics, family and domestic life, or business. Also, you don't have to try to be good at something that you're not interested in. For example, a person who doesn't like school may decide they're better off starting their own business instead of going to college. Another individual may want to obtain additional years of graduate school training because they love the academic world. Regardless of which route you take, the one-point Hara-focused person has decided to concentrate on the one thing or things they love the most. Consequently, they withdraw themselves from thoughts, discussions, and activities that are better carried out by others. They don't waste time on things they only pretend to have an interest in. Instead of speaking to the person standing next to the one they're really interested in, they talk directly to the person they want to meet. Instead of wasting time in an unfulfilling job, they focus their energies on transitioning to their dream career or profession. Start today to focus on those areas in your life which are unique, where you stand out, where you feel the most energized, engaged, and powerful. Express your true identity in everything you do. If you have a talent for numbers, work with them. If your gift is speaking, exercise your verbal muscles. If writing is your thing, put your thoughts into written words. If caring for others is your talent, focus on helping people. To maintain your one-point focus, spend time with people who truly support what you're doing. It's much easier to maintain your Hara focus when you have those people around you who encourage and believe in you. Although it's good to be self-motivated, sharing your successes with appreciative people can raise your desire to reach your goal. It can increase your momentum toward winning the prize you're aiming for. And finally, simplify things and get to the core of the matter. After small talk to establish rapport, maintain your one-point focus in a conversation and get to the mission or purpose that you have in mind. When you go straight to the essence of every conversation and situation, you will live fully from your Hara. You will flow with life, and you will get better results in a more efficient manner. So, lovely university students, you've learned some powerful techniques today for centering yourself in the Hara, the point of your intuition, power, and resilience. The more you develop this and visually see the Hara being part of your life, the more powerful you will be in making the right decisions, creating the right relationships, and fulfilling your true destiny. So, lovely university students, visualize your Hara shining a positive light, a loving energy to yourself, to others, and the world. When you live from your deepest and truest self, everything in life will become easier. Everything you do will have that essence of who you are, not compromised, not given away superficially, but truly expressed in a very loving and powerful way. Your Hara is your true essence, your true nature. Protect it, live it, and love it. So, love university students, go out this week, live with self-acceptance, love yourself, love others, and love the higher nature. And by the way, follow me on Instagram at Dr. Alex Avila. That's DrAlexAvila. And also follow me on the social media links below. And one more thing, to maximize your invincibility, make sure you pick up a copy of Invincible You, the book, on Amazon.com. And now the moment has arrived. Put away your notebooks, your iPads, your phones. Love University, class is now dismissed. This is Dr. Alex Avila.